Welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you've ever survived a massive corporate software rollout, you know firsthand the absolute headache it can be, right? Today, we're tackling this exact issue, the grueling, often downright frustrating reality of enterprise system implementations. But more importantly, we're looking at how a completely new approach is transforming the way we work. We're going to explore how personalized artificial intelligence is stepping in. And we're not just talking about a technical upgrade here, we're talking about the ultimate tool to redefine the user experience, smooth out the adaptation process, and essentially eliminate employee resistance to new systems.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Have you ever wondered why organizations spend literally millions of dollars on state-of-the-art systems only for the entire project to just crash and burn on the very first day of launch? I mean, imagine the immense frustration of a veteran floor manager, someone who knows their job inside and out, suddenly forced to use a clunky, confusing new platform that actually slows them down. So what happens? They push back. Their team pushes back. And suddenly your multi-million-dollar investment is a massive liability.
Which brings us to Section 1, the System Implementation Challenge. The harsh reality we have to face is that executives and IT departments almost always focus entirely on functionality. They're looking at the feature list, data processing speeds, the integration capabilities, but the absolute biggest risk to any software rollout isn't a technical glitch, it's human rejection. If the end users, the people actually clicking the buttons every single day, reject the system, the implementation fails, period. To understand how to fix this, we first have to look at how we traditionally plan these rollouts. According to the project management pros at Savium, every successful implementation starts with a strict project scope. This is your foundation. It's the detailed outline of all the work required, clearly defining the project's objectives, the key deliverables, and most importantly, the boundaries. Getting this right is what keeps a project from completely derailing before it even gets off the ground. And within that planning phase, there's a vital number to remember: 3. Savium outlines the 3 triple constraints in project management. These are time, cost, and scope. And they are completely interdependent. It's like a domino effect. If you change one, you hit the others. If your scope creeps up because users suddenly demand a different interface, well, your timeline extends and your costs absolutely skyrocket.
So that wraps up Section 2, defining the project scope.
Let's move right into Section 3, UX drives change management. Now here is where traditional project management often completely misses the mark. While defining that scope, creating those timelines, and setting the budget is undeniably critical, those are strictly technical and financial boundaries. They almost completely ignore the human element of software rollouts. I mean, you can deliver a project on time and under budget, but if it makes your employees want to pull their hair out, did you really succeed? Based on some incredible research from Panorama Consulting Group, user experience, UX, has to be a pivotal factor in your software selection from day one. It's the core engine that actually drives change management. Think about the night and day difference in enterprise platforms. Those old legacy ERP systems demanded incredibly high training hours, featured rigid, impossible-to-navigate menus, and inherently generated massive employee resistance. Now contrast that with modern, user-centered systems. They offer intuitive design and customizable role-based dashboards. They basically have change management built directly into their interface because they adapt to the worker rather than forcing the worker to adapt to the software.
Panorama really hit the nail on the head here. They state that a simplified UX is a powerful change management facilitator, working with users instead of against them. When an enterprise system is simple and intuitive to learn, change management stops being this grueling PR campaign to convince employees to accept a painful new tool. Instead, the software itself acts as a facilitator, actually enabling them to work faster and more efficiently. You are finally working with your users instead of against them.
Which perfectly tees up Section 4, AI personalizes the experience.
So how do we guarantee this frictionless experience? Enter the real game changer: personal artificial intelligence acting as an invisible assistant. By leveraging AI, the system actually personalizes the user experience in real time. It completely transforms how an employee interacts with their digital workspace. Panorama's research highlights a few specific modern AI capabilities making this a reality. First off, you have AI-powered personalization that actually learns individual user habits. It pays attention to what you click and optimizes your layout specifically for you. Then, predictive analytics automatically surface the exact data you need before you even have to search for it. We're also seeing voice-activated interfaces for completely hands-free access. Just imagine warehouse workers checking inventory simply by speaking. And of course, conversational AI chatbots ready to handle routine queries instantly, which saves literally hours of IT support.
Bringing us to Section 5, reducing employee resistance.
For the executives and HR leaders tuning in, this psychological adaptation process is absolutely crucial. These personalized AI features actively dismantle employee pushback during new software rollouts. Think about it. Resistance happens because people feel incompetent or slowed down by a new tool. But when AI is proactively assisting them, answering their questions via chat and surfacing their daily tasks automatically, that fear of incompetence just evaporates. By actively dismantling this pushback, we see a really clear four-step evolution. Step 1, the AI quietly learns the individual's habits and preferences. Step 2, it takes over those mundane, repetitive data entry tasks that employees usually hate. Step 3, because the system is intuitively guiding them, the employee gains immediate confidence through self-service. And finally, Step 4, all that initial resistance simply disappears because their personal productivity has noticeably increased.
You can really see the stark inverse relationship between these two approaches. When you force a complex, rigid system on your team, frustration and error rates shoot right through the roof, which directly correlates to high employee turnover. But when you deploy user-centered designs augmented by personal AI, job satisfaction and system adoption soar. Your software actually becomes a retention tool rather than a reason for someone to quit.
Which leads us to our final section, Section 6, the Frictionless Enterprise Future. So the crucial point is that investing in these user-friendly, AI-driven features isn't just a nice little perk for your staff, it is a vital strategic maneuver. It yields massive long-term dividends, dramatically higher adoption rates, and a significantly stronger return on investment. When you compare the business impact side by side, the difference is night and day. With a traditional rollout, training costs are incredibly high and user adoption is terribly low due to all that resistance we talked about. But with an AI-enabled implementation, your training costs plummet because conversational AI and personalized modules are there guiding the user. Data entry goes from manual and error-prone to completely streamlined and automated. Now yes, the upfront software costs might be a bit higher, but the long-term savings in productivity and retention are absolutely undeniable. I want to leave you with one final provocative thought to consider about your own organization's technological empathy. Ask yourself, is your enterprise software working for your employees or against them? If it's not intuitively learning from them, if it's not adapting to them and making their day easier, you might already be falling behind. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I highly encourage you to go take a close look at your own digital tools with this new perspective in mind.